Jeff fans, what's going on? How we doing today? Obviously not so good news. It's Friday, and once again, Sam Darnold was not clear to play on Sunday. There's really not much to say about this. Tyson's been all over it the entire week, coming off the bye week. How this team was complacent with, just running Luke Falk out there, not bringing in a veteran, somebody with experience, somebody who's won games before and has been in this league, to just trot Luke Falk out there, and actually not even trot Luke Falk out there. You gave Sam Darnold pretty much all the first team reps all week. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The Jets have grossly mishandled this entire situation. I understand that, they were optimistic that Darnold was going to play. It doesn't excuse them for not planning for the likely possibility that I think most fans kind of knew that long-term there was zero reason to risk throwing Sam Darnold out there if he wasn't 100% ready. And they weren't going to do that. I think we all knew they weren't going to do that. If Sam Darnold was not 100%, there was zero chance the Jets were going to run him out there. If there was even the slightest risk that, his spleen might rupture, that it, was still slightly enlarged, wasn't back to normal yet, wasn't fully conditioned yet, if any one of those things wasn't perfect, they were not going to play him. So knowing that, how do you not bring in another quarterback? How do you not give Luke Falk more reps to prepare for this game? You're coming off a bye week. You had 2 weeks to get ready, and you're going to be trotting a quarterback out there that's barely practiced with the first team. Not to mention the fact that Osemele, he got banged up during the week. He might not play. There's talk that Edoga might be out there. So you might be replacing 2 or 3 guys on your offensive line with a quarterback, that was just drafted in the 6th round last year. He's on his 3rd team now, and he hasn't won a game yet, and he's looked terrible. I'm trying really hard not to be negative because coming into this week and coming off the bye, I genuinely felt if the Jets could just get healthy, get their quarterback back, get C.J. Mosley back, and find a way to steal 1 or 2 games in the next 3 weeks, even if you're 1-5 or hopefully 2-4, if they got to that point, you look at the final 10 games, there's not one game on that schedule that the Jets can't win. That's unwinnable, that, they're going up against, a first-place divisional opponent other than, maybe the Bills. And even them, the first game we should have won. We were up by 2 scores, going into the final 18 minutes. And, that was with Sam Darnold in the early stages of mono. So, you look at the entire schedule between the Bills, 2 games with the Dolphins, you got the Redskins on there, the Giants, even the Ravens are starting to come back down to earth a little bit. The Steelers, with Mason Rudolph, you got the Jaguars in there. Every single one of those games is winnable, but you got to be healthy in order to win them. And you also have to be in a position to try and save your season. If you're 0-6, I'm sorry, I don't think you're... There's no way. Let's just put it as optimistic as I am. If you're 0-6, season's over. You're not winning 9-10. They're not built to do that. But if they were 1-5, if they were 2-4, I genuinely think they could have at least made this a season. Because you look around the AFC right now, who are the wildcard teams? Where are they coming from? Who are the guaranteed wildcard teams right now? Because you look in the North, whether it's the Browns or the Ravens, one of those teams is going to win the division, probably with only 9 wins, maybe 10. The other one might not even be a wild card. You look in, the South, who's it going to be? The Texans might win the division, maybe the Colts, maybe the Titans. I don't think any one of those teams is winning more than 10 games. And you look in the West, Chiefs, they're going to win the division, and then who else? Chargers maybe win 9 or 10. I don't think you're going to have any wildcard team with more than 10 wins. In fact, I think there's a good chance that both wildcard teams could be 9-win teams. And so, yes, if you're talking about the Jets winning 1 or 2 games over the next 3 weeks, as unlikely as it is, you're talking about potentially having a season in November and December. And that's really all I think most fans wanted this year, was to see growth from your quarterback, see signs that Adam Gase could potentially be the guy, and, see a lot of these young core players actually take steps forward and develop and finish off the year strong, where you're going into the offseason thinking that you have a shot next year, And, it's kind of like the Mets almost, where, the season got off to a decent start and then completely went in the tank all summer. And, we thought the season was completely lost, but they found a way, towards the end of summer and into August to get things close again and make it competitive. And when you have young guys like Alonso and all those other guys out there, it makes it exciting. It makes it exciting because it does give you hope for the future. And when you're not able to watch Darnold, when you're not able to watch a quarterback run this offense, when you're not seeing Mosley out there, when you don't have Bell in the best position to succeed because your offensive coach / coordinator slash quarterback guru, whatever the hell you want to call him. He doesn't know how to call plays to put him in the right spot to succeed, or he doesn't have the personnel to do it. Whatever it is, it's not working right now. And until Darnold gets back, I don't think things are going to change. I don't think anybody thinks that things are going to change, especially with the games that we have. And this sucks because you're talking about an Eagles secondary right now that has three cornerbacks, period, that are going to be healthy coming into this game. And I don't think one of their top 4 or 5 that they enter training camp with is going to be out there. So if you had Sam, this would have been a golden opportunity. Even if you had Luke Falk practicing throughout the entire week, this would have been a great opportunity for him. Air it out. Let's see what he's got. Give him a chance. But now you're talking about, like I said earlier in the video, you're talking about replacing 2 or 3 guys on the O-line, and you're putting a quarterback in there who's barely practiced all week. This is not setting guys up for success. That's not how you do it, especially coming off a bye week. So I hate to be negative. I'm trying not to be negative. I just gave a bunch of reasons why I think things could still get positive in the next couple weeks. But just looking at this game, I'm sorry. There's no reason to expect anything to change. Why would we think it's going to change? What has Adam Gase done to give us any impression that things are going to change? That he's going to open up the offense this week, that the offensive line's going to get their issues figured out. He's going to air it out and give Robbie a chance to succeed. He's going to stop throwing all these screens behind the line of scrimmage and running the wildcat and everything else that's so predictable about this offense. I got nothing else. I'm going to stop before I start cursing and going crazy. So we're back live tonight, 8 o'clock. Hopefully Blog Talk's working. We were trying to get the show in on Tuesday and Wednesday. Obviously Blog Talk was down. So hopefully we're back tonight, 8 o'clock. Call in, share your thoughts, share in the misery. Talk to you guys soon. Go Jets.